Does it make sense to start a challenge at midnight the day of? I don't know. Does it make more sense to start it in the morning? Probably. What am I going to do? I'm going to start it at midnight. So, I'm going to be doing 1 full week of no YouTube. I'm actually going to do a majority no streaming services at all, with an exception, so I guess not at all, but I am still holding on to both Netflix and Hulu, and with those I'm going to allow myself to watch documentaries of historical things, or I've been weirdly into World War II for the last week, so probably be some of that. I actually have a couple of books that I am in the middle of reading. The first one, I don't have the dust jacket on it right now, but it is Where is Joe Merchant by Jimmy Buffett. I'm close to halfway through this book. I need to finish this one soon. Today's the 23rd, technically, I believe. And I gotta have that book as well as Swan Song done by the end of this month is my goal. Swan Song is a jonky book too. So I need to get both of these books done. Last time I did a month with no YouTube, I was able to read, I think 5 books or something in a week. And one of those was a Wheel of Time book. So it worked for me last time. I'm hoping it works for me this time, to the point where I might even have to go buy more books, because these are the last 2 books I own that I have not read. So for the rest of tonight, since I still haven't gone to bed and I have to wake up at 5 a.m. for work, and it is currently a little past midnight, I am going to do a little meditating, because I've started up that again, as well as journaling, and then I'll probably try to lay down and see if I can fall asleep. I'm honestly not super tired. So with that being said, I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Good morning. It is currently 7:30 a.m. I've been working for 2 hours. I work from home, so there's not much of a change in scenery here. That being said, I do have to make my bed, put that into couch mode, and then that way it's less tempting to ever lay back down in bed. Little tip for people who work from home is just make your bed not a bed. So one of the things that I've been doing a lot lately is going for I think it's about 3-mile walk on my lunch every day. I'll walk about a mile to get to a park nearby me, and then obviously it's a mile walk back, but while I'm at the park I generally will jog for about half a mile altogether, and then walk another half a mile. I am not athletic or in shape, so I'm trying to start pretty light and pretty easy. It's been about a month of doing this and I feel a lot better, but I think it is definitely time for me to actually start incorporating workouts as well, instead of just walking / slightly jogging. It is a good time to listen to an audiobook though. Just got back from my walk / jog. Took a nice shower. I'm about to go downstairs and grab some frozen food to eat. Don't know what yet, if it's gonna be a burrito, taquitos, pizza rolls. Who knows? Who knows? We'll find out when we get down there. The lucky winner was some chicken taquitos. I don't know why the sauce came out so weird. It was just coming out in little globs, but whatever, it'll work. So I'm gonna eat that and watch the greatest events of World War II in color. Part of why I want to watch World War II documentaries and maybe some other war documentaries and things, I'm looking for something that really catches me, just something that really interests me about these wars, to kind of help pull me in, and then that way I can find books about them and read more in detail on things that interest me in the war, and hopefully that will lead into other things that interest me, because I want to be more knowledgeable about history, and especially the history that everybody talks about and the history that I think is the most interesting, which I mean happens to be like World War II, World War I, Civil War. Those are the ones that really, I think, get me. And the Revolutionary War. Honestly, most of America's the major wars that America was in, I'm interested in, but I just want to find more minute things to find. Some sirens to then lead me into to other things, and hopefully just keep branching out from there. I will also allow myself to watch sports documentaries, though. That is the other thing I'm allowing myself to watch by myself. Guess who's already done with work for the day? It is. We got off 2 hours early today, for the long weekend. I don't know if I feel like most office jobs that I've ever worked do this, where if you have Monday off, that Friday it's gonna be like a half day. Like everybody just wants to take an extra long time. Works for me though, because I'm already working a little 2-hour difference since I work Georgia time. I work 5:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. my time. So getting off 2 hours early for me on top of everything means I'm off at noon right now. So I am going to edit some of this video here, because I think I'm going to edit it while I'm recording. And then I am probably going to read for a bit, and then I got some plans tonight. I'll try to record a little bit there. I'm going to a game night with my buddies. We've been playing Hero Quest, which has been a lot of fun, and we'll have some WWE SmackDown on in the background, I hope. So should be a pretty good rest of the day. I did not end up editing or reading. I watched the World War II documentary I started watching today until I fell asleep and then napped for like 2 hours. So now I'm going to edit and read for the next like couple hours or whatever until I have to leave to go to my friend's place for game night.
I want to do that if you wanted to. It's just asking for a fucking...
Alright, I'm wrapping up day 1 of no YouTube. Today was pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty busy with the work while I was working, and then after work I watched some World War II documentary and took a nap. And then went to my friends to have some beers and play Hero Quest and watched SmackDown. So it was a pretty good day, pretty good night. I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. Tomorrow morning, I think sometime I'm going to my grandma's house and we're helping her paint a wall in one of her rooms. And after that, my brother might be coming over to hang out for a little bit. And then I am going back over to that same friend's house for Saturday night main event for WWE. So should be a pretty good day tomorrow. I think the rest of tonight I'm just going to hang out, talk to one of my buddies on PlayStation for a little bit, and then go to bed. So yeah.
Like twice enough. That's it.
Yeah?
Oh, you got one of these in here, honey. Look at that.
There he goes. All right, I just got back from my grandma's place. I didn't do any of the painting, but I ended up putting up a little mesh barrier around her patio so that her cat can't get out, and hung out with her and the cat. So it was a good time. It was her 85th birthday, so it was fun.
When my clock strikes 0, I take this championship home with me.
I still want to see a tag team with Dom and Logan.
Guys, I am so tired. I know I didn't update much in this video, today. Oh my god. I know I didn't update as much today as I was hoping I was going to, but what are you gonna do, I guess? I didn't sleep much last night, and then I went to my grandma's house, and we also helped her with some stuff around the house. And then when my parents and I got back home, my brother came over and hung out for a little bit, and then I went to the Saturday night main event for wrestling. It was not a good show, by the way, in case you were wondering. Cody Rhodes coming back at the end kind of saved part of the end match, just because it was nice to see Cody again since his loss at WrestleMania. But every match tonight, I think there's 5 of them, they all felt so like uncoordinated. None of them knew really what was going on. It felt like there was a lot of botches. And then they like teased John Cena's face turn, but then he didn't actually do anything else to turn face. And then he actually was even more heel when he went and helped Logan Paul out. It was a weird night with some weird matches that were very short and just not good. It was a very bad night of wrestling to the one person of you that are watching and care about WWE at all like I do. So the rest of tonight, I am going to talk to my buddies on PlayStation and watch one of my friends finish up Expedition 33. It is a great game, by the way, in case you were wondering. And I think I'm going to edit a little bit while I'm watching, chill, relax. I don't know if I'm going to get any reading done tonight. I didn't get any reading done today at all, but I definitely need to do my meditating and journaling because I cannot skip that. I can't skip it. Otherwise, I will... it's a slippery slope for me if I fuck up on a streak. It's done for me. I am that kind of person, but anyways, I'm hoping I get some more sleep tonight, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Oh, and I forgot to mention, still have not watched YouTube, obviously. Didn't watch anything today, actually, besides WWE, so. Today is Sunday, May 25th. It's probably going to be my hardest day, if I had to guess, of no YouTube, because I have 0 plans today. I don't have anything going on with friends or anything. Nothing. I think I'm just gonna be hanging out around the house. So, yeah, I think it's going to be the hardest day for no YouTube, but it's alright, we'll make it through. We got books to read. I still have my video to edit. I didn't end up editing last night like I said I was going to. I ended up watching my buddy just play games and I was exhausted, but then I still couldn't sleep at night, so I don't know. My sleep schedule's been a little out of whack lately. Hopefully I make some more progress in my book today. Both books actually. I want to get some editing done, and that's really all I have going on today, so we'll see how it goes. I yet again have been bad at updating today. It is 6 p.m. and I don't think I've recorded anything besides what I recorded this morning, so that's great. This is going to be super entertaining. I did end up actually doing things today too. My family and I went to Shields, which is like a sports and camping store. We walked around for a while. I got a few things, actually not camping related, but I did find a Cody Rhodes action figure. So I got Cody too now. I think I have 6. I have 6 action figures. Just a little childlike thing for you. I also have picked up 8 books from Barnes & Noble. 8. So I'm super excited. I'm not going to show them in this video unless I get to reading one of them. But there will be a book haul along with my end of the month wrap up that I will be showing off the 8 books that I got today. Right now I've just been watching my buddy play Expedition 33 while also watching some baseball. I'm watching the Dodgers-Mets game right now. Normally I hate both teams, but I hate the Mets more than I hate the Dodgers. It kind of goes probably Phillies, Mets, Dodgers is my least favorite baseball teams. But hopefully the Dodgers beat the snot out of the Mets tonight. I don't know. The rest of my night is probably just going to be partly this and hanging out with some buddies on Discord, and then getting a little more reading done too. I have not been reading as much as I should be. Eesh. But anyways, if anything else eventful happens, I'll check in with you again. Good morning. I'm sorry that I have not been updating very much still. It is 11:30 in the morning. I woke up, hung out with my parents for a bit, and ate some breakfast. And I'm reading a little bit, but it was hard last night without YouTube. I'll be honest with you. I think last time I did this too, like the third or fourth day was one of the hardest days for me, if I remember right. It was difficult last night. I was tired, tossing and turning. It also was hot in my room, so I wasn't able to sleep well, but all I wanted to do was throw on YouTube and like forget about everything and just be able to sleep. But I couldn't do that. I ended up reading a little bit last night and then eventually passed out, but it took a while. I am reading 2 books at the same time, and I struggle reading 2 books at the same time. I end up getting way more hooked to one of them, inevitably, and then I just want to read that one. And that's what's happening right now. I have not read... Let me put my bookmark back in here. I've not read very much of Where's Joe Merchant since I started this little challenge thing. And this was the book I was hoping I was going to get done in like a day or two after I started it. But I just do not have the motivation to read this book. I do not know why. I still need to get through it. I'm going to force myself to read some of it today. But every time I go to pick up a book, I pick up Swan Song. I'm still not very far into Swan Song either. But I'm cruising through it faster than I'm moving through Where is Joe Merchant, that's for sure. I just am enjoying it a lot. I love the surroundings, and I love the concept. It reminds me a lot of The Stand, and I'm sure that's what a lot of people say too, or maybe that was on purpose. I don't know. I actually don't even know which one came first. But The Stand by Stephen King and this Swan Song by Robert McCammon, so far, very, very similar stories. And I really loved The Stand, so this is great for me. Anyways, I am going to... I meant to close my closet. I am going to be going to Sportsman Warehouse today with a buddy, and also a Half Price Books. Don't know if I'm going to get anything because I did just get a big stack of books from Barnes & Noble yesterday. So I'm not sure if I'm actually going to get anything there, but we'll see. We'll keep our eye out, see if there's any Stephen King there that I want. I really am keeping my eye out constantly for Rage by Richard Bachman / Stephen King, because you can't buy it anywhere unless it's secondhand. And I really want to come across that naturally, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I might have to go out of my way and actually spend a lot online to buy it. But I want to read Rage by Stephen King really badly, so that's always what I keep my eye out for. But other than that, I think I'm just going to try to actually read today. Today, I am being serious about that when I get back. I'm going to read. It's Memorial Day, so I don't work, which is really nice. And funny enough, I think last time I did this challenge, I also had a day off, kind of unexpectedly at that time, though, because it was a snowstorm. So both times I've done this, I've had that extra day of kind of just sitting around, so it makes it a little more difficult for me. Anyways, I'm leaving in a couple hours to go do those, go to those couple stores, so I'm probably just going to try to read for a little bit, and I'm going to read Where's Joe Merchant. I got to put I'll put Swan Song away. I'm going to read some Where's Joe Merchant, and I'll check in later. Just got back from Half Price Books and Sportsman Warehouse, and boom! Stephen King jump scare ya. I got one book from Half Price Books, and that is a book I'd been looking for a while. Gerald's Game. I never see this one out and about. I don't know if they just don't sell it at like Barnes & Nobles and stuff, but I never see this one. So I was super excited to find this. I picked it up for $3. I'm pumped. I almost gave you a little... There's a little hint at the other books I picked up as well from Barnes & Noble yesterday. But, yeah, so I'm excited. I got this book for $3.80. Okay, it is really time to buckle down on my reading. On page 220 of like almost 400-ish. And I still have Swan Song, which I'm on. Look at this blasphemy of putting my book on another book. I'm on page 251 of like 850-ish. And I have work to do, and the day, I don't have a lot of days left before the end of the month. I really need to finish this before the end of the month. Alright, I didn't really record myself yesterday. I just got a couple little shots of some of the things I was doing because it wasn't really an eventful day. I just worked, did my normal little routine, and read. I read a lot. In fact, I finished Where is Joe Merchant? And it was insanely good, actually, by the end of it. I really did enjoy this book, and I'm glad I pushed through it, because I'll be honest, right in this halfway point, I was so ready to be done with it. And then it just kind of grabbed me again, and the story kept going, and I fell in love with it. I really, really did enjoy this book, and I'm going to be doing a review for this today, by our boy Jimmy Buffett, which a lot of people may know from hit songs such as Margaritaville. But today I think is going to be more or less the same. I do have an anime night tonight with my friends. We do that every Wednesday night. We go over to one of my buddy's place, eat some good food, and watch some anime. We watch 4 episodes of anime a week together, so it's a nice little time just to get together and yeah. So that's, I think, what my day is going to be. I'll get some more clips and stuff, but again, I don't think it's going to be too eventful. Yesterday was really easy with no YouTube, because once I got hooked in this book, it just kind of, that's all I wanted to do was read it. And then once I was done, I just kind of hung out for a little bit and watched some baseball. So sorry, I don't know if you can hear the noise outside, by the way. They're tearing up the road outside of my parents' house right now to put in a new like fiber optic cable, I guess, or glass fiber, or whatever it is, for better internet speeds or whatever. So they're tearing up the road right now, and it is loud outside of my room.
And beat him so bad he peed blood for a month.
Blasted to pieces!
Didn't get here sooner because I passed the threshold of my endurance. I cannot let them execute you. I apologize, but you must hear me out.
This is really good, but I watched a couple episodes and for whatever reason could not get into it.
Wait, is
It's Thursday, my last day of no YouTube. Honestly, I didn't even think about YouTube yesterday, so it's pretty easy. I have not recorded much in the last couple days, but I think that's fine. I haven't had a lot to say or do, but that's fine, because it's really just been kind of the same thing each day. I've gotten into a little routine, and having friends and stuff has helped a lot. Having something to look forward to doing and going out and doing, getting me out of the house has helped a lot. Last time I did this challenge, it was when I was in Georgia and had no in-person friends, had nothing to go out and do, so I just read all day, every day, which is why I got 5 books done. I am confident that I will finish Swan Song. I'm almost halfway through, and I have 3 days left to read. So I'm confident I'll finish that by the end of the month, and I should have 5 books done this month, which is as many as I read in that week during my last time I did this, but should be okay. All right, I'm about to wrap up work for the day. I'm gonna run to Walmart, pick up a couple things. It's like 95 degrees out, so I'm gonna grab probably a 12-pack of beer, because it is like drinking weather. So probably do that and chill outside for a bit while reading and drink a little bit. So it'll be a nice day. It's supposed to be 100 degrees this weekend. It's May. It's fucking May. Global warming's a bitch, man. All right, it is 11 p.m. on Thursday. I made it pretty much. I have an hour left until it's midnight, and I'm technically allowed to watch YouTube. That being said, I don't think I'm going to tonight. I'm gonna try to read a little bit and fall asleep. Yeah, made it a week. I will check in tomorrow morning with my overall thoughts of how this week kind of went, and yeah. All right, it is the next day, the day after the challenge is over. I will start by saying I know to a lot of people this may be an easy thing. I said this in my last video as well that I had done of this. For me, it's very difficult. I don't have TikTok, I don't have any social medias or anything like that. My thing that I scroll through is YouTube. I don't have Reddit either, nothing like that. So the only thing I have to infinitely doom scroll is YouTube, and I get hooked on it easily. And I think that break of not mindlessly scrolling for a bit really does help, and it like resets your mental state a little bit, because you can focus, for me anyway, after this challenge is over and even during it, I can focus on things a little bit longer, and like books and stuff, I know I didn't get a whole lot of reading done. I finished off one book and then read like 400 pages of another book. It wasn't a lot of reading this last week, but it's just because I had a lot of plans with friends and some other like life things, and also I'm into, you know, obviously WWE and sport, and I like watching live events like that, and to me that's not as much of an issue, because it's not something that I'm watching for a second and then I'm moving on to the next thing and then I'm moving on to the next thing. It's not a constant dopamine hit, so I don't have as much of an issue watching entertainment like that. But with YouTube, I find that sometimes I'll be watching a video and the second it gets a little boring, I'll sometimes find myself clicking off and scrolling to the next thing, and it's not a good, healthy mindset to be in. And doing this challenge really makes me reevaluate why I watch YouTube. Is it really solely entertainment? Is it just to get that dopamine hit? And if it is strictly just for that dopamine hit, then what am I doing here, you know? Why am I participating in this when that isn't a necessary thing? I'm not gaining anything from it in the long run. And part of me is a little disappointed in myself, because these are the lessons I learned last time, and I was gung-ho on applying them, what I learned, and I was going to limit my YouTube usage, and it just didn't happen. I went right back into my old habits. It's very difficult to give up something like this, especially if it's a way to kind of just turn your brain off. I think I need to find some other ways to kind of turn my brain off, but maybe not in such a destructive manner, because I can really feel my attention span go away when I'm watching a lot of YouTube. So I only read Where's Joe Merchant and like half of Swan Song, but Where's Joe Merchant I had been putting off for like 2 months, so I don't think I would have finished it if it weren't for this challenge. Overall, I recommend anybody who has any sort of, even if this just sounds interesting to you, I just try it. It's really fun, and even better, document your experience and post it on YouTube and tag me in it, because I would love to see other people giving it a go and seeing how they feel after the week is up, or the 3 days, 4 days even. Honestly, the third, fourth day, it's the hardest, right in the middle of the week. But once you're over that hump, it kind of gets into an easier flow again. And maybe that's different if I went for like a month. Maybe it'd be hardest on like the third week, you know. I don't know. YouTube and TikTok and social media really is a drug, and your brain can get very hooked on it. So I would just be interested to hear what other people's experiences are with it. Anyways, I appreciate you sticking around this long. I don't know how entertaining this video was or is going to be. I didn't record as much as I wanted to, so it was a lot of just me checking in, and I apologize for that. But hey, you know what? That's what this just ended up being. So anyways, appreciate y'all for sticking around, and thanks.